Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we'll be doing a glitched Penny Hardaway build. So make sure he's a point guard. The first thing we're going to do is actually change the units of measurement to the metric system. So you want to back out, go back to the main menu, go into features, into settings, and then scroll down to the units of measurement, change that to the metric system, and then back out. You'll only be doing this once, so it's really quick and easy. Glitch builds, it's really fast. Go back into the player you created. Ensure that he's still a point guard. And then the body settings that we're going to do for this step. So we want to change the height to 1.77 meters. So push that down. And then for the weight, we're just going to drop that by 1 to 84 kilos. And then the wingspan, we're going to drop to 1.78 meters. Also, and the body shape doesn't really matter for this glitch. We're going to go into the attributes and max everything out. So you can always pause the video if it is a little too fast, but we just don't want to spend too much time on this for the video. Now max all those attributes out, the takeovers don't matter. And in this screen, all we want to do is wait for it to load and then press edit build. So make sure you press edit build. And from here we just want to back out and change it back to the Imperial system. So back into the main menu, features, settings, and then scroll down and change it back to the Imperial system. So this will be the only time you do this, so that's the last time we have to go back to the menu. So go back into the player that you created. As you can see, he's 5'10". So from here, just make sure he's a point guard still. And then the body settings for Penny Hardaway, he is listed at 6'7" on basketballreference.com. So we are going to push the height to 6'7". So make sure he's 6'7". In terms of the weight, we're going to drop that to the minimum, which is 180 pounds. This is to boost some speed and speed with ball and things. And then for wingspan, we are going to push that to 7'1". So you will have pretty long arms for a point guard at 6'7". The most you can go to is 7'3", so it's almost max. But it does help push up some finishing, some defense. Now for body shape, that's just up to you. I just like define for guards, and we'll move on to the attributes. So I just want to start off by saying that Penny Hardaway, his first 4 years of his career were probably his best years before he had those bad injuries that ruined his career and sort of ended it prematurely. But during those first 4 years, he was a 3-time All-Star and 3-time All-NBA player. So he was a serious player when he first came into the league. Most of his shots came from inside the paint. You know, he's a real slasher. He wasn't particularly great three-point shooter, but he was pretty solid for the time. I gotta remember this was the 90s and the three-point shot wasn't really as prevalent as it is now. Even as it was 10 years ago, it wasn't quite as prevalent as that. So we're gonna really load up on finishing. So close shot, we're gonna push to 80. So that will get you the 5 badges off the bat and get you some good things, golds, you know, fast twitches gold, mouse in the house is gold, which is really great because you are 6'7" and you will be up against small guards, particularly on the park. So you can really abuse them down low. In terms of driving layup, we are going to push that to 80. So he was a slasher, so we definitely want some good layups. So at 80 you get some good layup packages. And you also get Fearless Finisher Silver. I watched an NBA2K22 video recently where he did a video on Fearless Finisher, and it does affect close shots around the paint, contact on close shots. So it is a good badge if you can get it bronze or silver. In terms of driving dunk, I do recommend pushing that to 92 because, you know, his Orlando Magic highlights are some of the best highlights for the era. You know, he's 6'7" and he's posterizing big centers in like his rookie season. So we definitely want the elite contact dunks. And in saying that, you are 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan. So you definitely want the basic standing dunks, which you get at 45. So the basic one-handers and two-handers, I believe. They're just really great to have if you're tall enough to warrant it. Because if you get a late pass on a backdoor cut, you know, you do want those dunks to be able to, you know, get those 2 points, secure those 2 points, rather than putting up a layup that can get swatted. You know, you don't really want that. It's really frustrating. Now, a lot of his highlights are actually him posting up little guards, which is why I really liked having gold mouse in the house with this build, because I'm going to push post control to 776. So you will have gold post badges with this build, so gold back down punisher, drop stepper, post spin. Grace under pressure is silver, but that's pretty handy to have silver. But you can really take advantage of your height against little guards. If you put back down punisher even on bronze, none of those guards are going to have strength, and none of them are going to have post lockdown even available to them to use. So you can really abuse other point guards. But that'll be all for finishing, the 25 badges. Now for shooting, as I was saying before, he wasn't a particularly great shooter. He was pretty decent from the mid-range. As most players were back then, they did have a good mid-range game. But I think if he were to play today, he would be a pretty good shooter. So I want to put mid-range shot to 86, which is one below the max, and then 3-point shot to 82, which is one below the max. So you will have a capability to shoot pretty well. You've got a lot of gold badges here and some silver badges, and with 6'7" height, a lot of these little guards won't be able to contest it too often. So on closeouts, you should still be fine to shoot it with minimal shot contest. So you should hit at a pretty good rate with an 82 3-pointer. You do have the 27 badges, so you can definitely find a layout that really suits you. It helps you shoot as well as you can. Now for free throw, just push that to 80. It just seems to be a really great rating for slashes to have it 80. You shouldn't miss too much with an 80 free throw. Now for playmaking, during his first 4 years of his career, he was quite a great playmaker, for someone that young. He had a couple seasons averaging over 7 assists a game. He did have a pretty good team around him with Shaq, Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott and things, Horace Grant. So, getting 7 assists a game was pretty easy, but still for a young player during the 90s when scoring was low, it's still quite impressive. So we want to push pass accuracy up to 85, just to ensure we get that gold bullet pass. So it's just a must-have for every build. For ball handle, even at 6'7", he could handle the rock a lot. Cross people up, so really athletic on the ball. So get the 85 ball handle, and then speed with ball, we're just going to drop one below the max, which is 83. You don't lose anything, but if you do go any lower, you will lose a badge point. So 83 seems to be the sweet spot. So you will still be pretty quick, even at 6'7". So 83 speed with ball is nothing to joke about. So you will be pretty fast. Now for defense, he was a pretty decent defender. He had some seasons where he averaged over 2 steals a game. Just due to his injuries, his career average went down to like 1.2 or something like that. But he was quite a decent perimeter defender, particularly with his long arms and big frame. He could really lock up other small guards. So, I'm going to push perimeter defense to 85 to get that gold clamps, and then steal to 86 to get that gold pickpocket. Now, because he was 6'7", he actually had some pretty decent chase down blocks. He could definitely get up there and block guys. Particularly on pick and rolls, he could chase down the roll man and block the shot. So we're going to push block to 71. So you could stop at 70 to get that extra badge point, but I just pushed it up by 1 to get that gold pogo stick if you're interested in that. So that's there available to you. That'll be all for defense. I would have liked to upgrade rebounding, but I just didn't have the attribute points left to upgrade rebounding. If you do want some rebounding, you can definitely adjust something and put that up, so there can be a bit more of a triple-double threat. But for this build, I'm not going to upgrade it just due to the points available. But for the physicals, he was quite quick for a 6'7" player, but I just didn't have the points to push it too high. So I've gone with 83 speed and 83 acceleration. So you'll still be pretty quick for a point guard at this height. Now for vertical, we do need that to be 80 to unlock the elite contact dunks, so make sure that's 80. Then stamina, we're just going to chuck the rest on stamina, and that's the build. So in total, we have 25 finishing, 27 shooting, 28 playmaking, 17 defensive badges. For a total of 97 badges on this glitched Penny Hardaway build. It's got elite contact dunks, it's 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan, got gold defense, gold playmaking, pretty much gold shooting. It does everything at least gold level with, you could argue Hall of Fame finishing with the elite contact dunks and some of those Hall of Fame badges there. So really versatile 6'7" point guard build. You should really dominate, particularly on 3v3s against smaller guards. Now in terms of the takeovers, I just chose finishing moves. So, you know, he was a real posterizer, so we definitely want to help that, get those posterizing contact dunks. And then secondary takeover, I actually chose team takeover boost. When he did something really awesome, it really lifted that team. That Orlando Magic team was a real hype team, much like what the Memphis Grizzlies are now. They're a real hype team. You know, when Ja Morant does something crazy, they just go wild, and they just, it's like they get a boost to their takeover if they were playing 2K, and they all get really hot, start hitting shots out of nowhere. So that was much like Penny Hardaway. I see a lot of similarities between the Magic and today's Grizzlies. So those are the takeovers I went with. And as you can see, you've built a two-way threat. The shades of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Halliburton, DeJounte Murray. But we'll take a look at the badges. Now for finishing, like I said before, Grace under pressure, not Grace under pressure, sorry, Mouse in the house. You'll definitely want that gold. Get that as high as you can, because you will be taking on little guards. So anytime you post up, or you know, get them down low, it's going to be pretty much automatic. And in saying that, we definitely want the post badges, because he was a post player. So, you know, back down punisher, drop stepper, anything around the paint. So, you know, Grace under pressure, fast twitch to help you get up there and dunk it quickly. Fearless finish is great to have on at least bronze. Strippable's great on drives. And then from here, you definitely want, you know, posterizer gold. And you've got two left, so if you want to drop those post badges just to bronze, just to have a capability to play on the post, by all means do that. Save you some points, and get you that slithery finisher on silver, and then the limitless takeoff on silver, and then you can leave that one badge point for Lob City finisher. You could always put a bit of extra badges into finishing to get that maybe slithery finisher gold or limitless takeoff gold, or just scrap the post badges altogether. But that could be a good layout for Penny Hardaway. Now for shooting, like I said, he wasn't a great three-point shooter, but he was quite good off the dribble from mid-range. So I think some of the off the dribble three-point badges you could definitely put on for him if you were to play today. So, you know, circus threes. Where is it? Rhythm shooter's not bad. You know, set shooter, stop and pop, and chef. They're all great off the dribble three-point shots. You know, he was pretty decent off the catch later in his career, off minimal attempts, but he, you know, his time with Phoenix, he did shoot pretty well off minimal attempts. So you could definitely put catch and shoot on. You know, hot zone hunter's just great. You know, get that gold sniper. Strip your off-ball and bronze is really great to have. You know, Deadeye. And then with the last one, you may just want Fade Ace, because you do have an ability to post up. And that could be a really great badge layout for Penny Hardaway. You may even think about difficult shots, because he was good at the pull-ups. But I'm not sure how effective difficult shots are in this 2K, because it is quite difficult to get some mid-range shots. But that could be another badge to think about. Now for playmaking, definitely want that gold bullet passer. And then from here, just a lot of shot creating ones you probably want. So hyperdrive, they're a real fast break team, the Magic, so definitely want that. You know, quick chain, he was really great at a triple threat. You know, unpluckable, stop and go, quick first step to help with the speed. He was a good playmaker, so you want the playmaking badges. You know, diamond, needle threader. You know, glue hands is great. Handles for days is there, and tight handles. You may want to put some extra badges in here, maybe to get some post playmaker on bronze, or adjust some things to get downhill on bronze, just to help with some speed. You know, ankle breakers there, you could definitely put that on bronze. You know, if you don't find yourself doing moves on fast breaks, you can always put it on ankle breaker. But that could be a good layout for Penny Hardaway. And for defense, you know, you could definitely clamp up little guards. So you definitely want gold clamps. You know, you got gold pick dodger here. You got silver intimidator. You still got 5 left, so you could put them all on pickpocket, and that could be a really great layout. You could drop pick dodger down to silver, or intimidator down to bronze, and have, you know, rim protector on bronze with that, you know, 71 block. You know, tireless defender on bronze is a great badge to have, and then get interceptor on silver. You could even drop clamps, because you are 6'7", and put an extra badge on bronze chase down at us to get those animations, and then maybe something like menace just to help lower some of their badge points if they've got some on bronze, and that could be a really great badge layout for Penny Hardaway. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a really great day.